Look at this gas tank. Wow. Steve, this is the guy that should have made your gas tank right here.
Well, these had bottom breathers. That was normal. It was breathe out of here and lose the Look at that. Mufflers. You gotta love the exposed valves, right? Just like clacking away.
Yeah. You gotta remember, this is when men rode motorcycles.
That's it.
And men were men and women were men.
There's a reason why they're all dead beside.
Now, this looks like one of my exhaust pipes on here.
We could do
That
that.
is no joke.
Look at exhaust valves. I love to look at old aircraft engines the same way. Everything's exposed and
Yeah. Oh, it's a show in itself. Just you know, watching those valves. And
Sure.
Can we start it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
We'll let Glenn kickstart it.
What's the oldest vehicle you have here that actually can be started?
it's downstairs.
Now, Mark, you and I could ride this.
Yeah.
You be the guy in the sidecar that falls off. Look at this. You're basically sitting on the engine.
Literally. The knees fit in a little
Yeah.
cups.
Oh, man. Look at how the frame comes apart.
You gotta be able to get the engine out.
Yeah.
Wow, I like the beautifully clean it is.
Boy,
Looks
that's
like a
whistle
sandcasted
clean.
casing, too, right?
It's such a big job keeping.
Is this the brake back here? I don't want to touch it.
That's the brake.
Yeah, wow.
So the foot would clip into it.
Your knee is in there and your foot is pointing down.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But we have such a big job.
Well-
Keeping the tires, going around and pumping them up. We have volunteers that come in. And they
See, a little known fact, this is what my father was involved in, but they weren't this developed
Do
at
you
that
think about
time.
using any kind of like solid stuff? Like,
That is cool as can be.
Yeah, but like every tire's different. Right? The expense.
Talk about comfort. Could we ride this up to Perkins? Can you imagine riding this on the street? Street legal.
Get it off and then I can see it. It doesn't look, just appearance-wise.
I'll do the video. You ride it.
What is this here? To hang his jacket?
I'm looking at it on an engineering, but now wouldn't the oil kind of like, well, I guess there's no place to go back to, it's separate oil and tranny. It looks like it would start the oil. Sure does.
We could put a front like that on your Vision, Steve. Look real good.
It's important to do that. The wood around the 120 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
120? What's the drop?
That isn't an old one, right? That's like a reproduction.
Look at where the handlebars are. That's pretty cool.
Made a...
See where the speedometer is.
No, I believe it's a real bike, but they made a board tracker out of it, and which is interesting. There are more board trackers today than there were back in the day.
When I first started riding, when I was like 26, 27, and I was learning how to modify my bike, and I had to do the brakes and the clutch, so I had to buy steel braided line, and the only place I went was Indian Larry's, and I only went there a couple of times, and it was very intimidating because, you walk in first, it's a warehouse place. There's a big python and the front lot.
Yeah, but this.
Didn't you build a frame out of drive chain?
Links. Yeah. Chain links. Yeah. Actually, these two are new additions to the music. Yeah, that's it.
And they said it couldn't be done, you're insane, and you did it.
Okay, so the engine is the sidecar and the guy sits in the pod. That's pretty unusual.
Harlan Ness taxi.
You see the wheel on this? Look at the wheel. Arlen Ness Taxi. They have the handles airbrushed on. That's pretty cute.
It's an interesting twist.
There's a nice fuel tank.
The engine is the side cover. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is.
All it takes is a welder and a dream.
What do you think outside the box?
Yeah.
Pretty unique.
At least, did you guys get like mailbox and this? These and
He was a chopper. Right. They were all, his creations. A lot of choppers were his creations. So he had all these connections because he was making parts for people all over
for these.
the place.
Okay.
And you know, they had the money. They just
This is so California.
very
So California.
Now here's a question for you, Mark. You're out riding in the rain and your hat gets wet. That's how you dry it off, right there. Good little rocker arms on this. Ooh, nice. That is a beautiful restoration. Look at you can see my hand here in the paint even. Wow.
That's all you need to know right there.
I like the roll cage. The tail of the Dragon is the roll cage. They're pretty unique. And this one has, this is like the Chariot here? Oh, Chariot. There's a cruise night for you with a, what is that, a 50mm Canon on there? Yeah, you say I'm going too fast? Faster than a speeding bullet.
This is, yeah. If I were to choose between the two, this would be the one. There's no mouse trap. It's a mouse trap clutch, so I call it a mouse trap. Really cool bike.
It is nice.
Yeah, man. Love the old panhead. The only problem is out in the desert, great, no problem. Try riding this hardtail around town here with no rear suspension.
In the winter when the potholes are at their
not
best.
even a spring-loaded seat.
Not even a spring-loaded seat.
No, check out
But this is really nice. That's a nice seat, huh?
Mm.
I love
A
it.
lot of nice stuff here.
It's a beautiful bike. Really is. Love how thin it is.
Ghost
Come on, Bobby, look at
Yep.
that's always cool.
If I could pull it up, there's a brand new commercial, biker commercial with Biker and Harley Davidson, Biker and Mercedes and Peter Fonda.
And it looks like a real Harley frame. Is it?
Oh, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, you can tell the serial number's been ground off.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Mark, you see the exhaust pipes on this? Look at
Yeah.
the pipes. That's
I know,
cool.
I love it.
That's a cool exhaust system.
I love it.
You found it?
Well, that's the sign.
Yeah.
The thing is, he brought that sign.
Doesn't say on the
Oh,
other
they got
side.
Comstar wheels. Yeah, look at
Does it say
that.
on it? Yeah, here.
No, yeah, that's Comstar wheels.
It
I
says it
know.
right here, Honda Comstar.
But it's the exhaust that look cool on this.
Once and on fire.
No, the selection was Lime Rock, Laguna
The people that brought it in, they told us a few things about it, about questions they get.
But I went to Lime Rock.
That is pretty cool.
It's even got the little spring under the seat.
What'd you say, it took him 1,500 hours
Yeah, it says 1,500 hours.
to make it
But he has
complete?
a few of them.
Again, it's like, it's a real chain.
Are those metal?
Made out of
those
wood.
wooden dowels that hold it together?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Even the sprocket.
Yeah, the sprocket. I was looking at it close. I have carved a lot of wood, Dale. I know. This is.
That's years of work.
And the tire.
The tire's wood. Yeah.
The only thing that's not, well, is this is rope.
The rope, yeah.
But this is even wood. The actual tube. Wow.
Now I'm assuming he had when he built. I can't read the thing. It's too print's too small. But he had a similar motorcycle to measure, take measurements off.
Let me read it.
You couldn't just do this from memory.
After 1,500 hours, pine, oak, Brazilian cherry, applewood, and natural roping was crafted to replicate the awesome 1974 Harley shovelhead.
Crazy.
This mill tribute to the V-twin powered chopper exemplifies fine craftsmanship of wood and other natural materials. The drivetrain contains 400 pieces of wood,
No.
while the massive rear tire is constructed with over 425 pieces.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, look at it. Yeah, but just on the inside.
Oh yeah, it's all,
It's like when you make a salad bowl and put it on a lathe. It's a lot of work. Let's go. Oh. Oh.
This room is
Oh,
not
look at
owned by the
this.
museum. This
Oh.
room is lent out to AMCA, Anti-Motorcycle Club.
Really?
So these, we change this exhibit every 10 months or so, and these are Winner Circle AMCA judged bikes. So,
What does that mean? They've won contests or?
well, Winner Circle, you have to score 95 points or higher, and that's based on how good the restoration is or how original the bike is.
You had brought the tank to my house already.
yeah, I
Is
have
this where the
the
key
frames.
goes? I guess here?
The frames are all apart. I primed all the frames. I've got.
You can have more fun with this in a.
I have the yellow. I'm gonna paint it the yellow and silver.
This would fit right in the back of my minivan. You bring it up to Perkins and ride up and down the hill.
I want to touch it.
What's that?
I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they, when I was like 10 years old, my neighbor had 60 knives in this one here. It was the envy of the neighborhood. They can't just
The name of this bike is the Illuminator.
But you're right on the mark with the price, because I just watched the Las Vegas auction, and there were a few of them went, and depending on condition, they were between 3 and 4.
Yeah. So I have 3 of these. I have 269s.
Who the license plate is?
I have 2 Honda 70s. 69.
Now, the one that has sort of, it looks like a beam, right? This guy have a very rare bike. He has the cutaway.
Oh, that's very cool. You know what's, Dale, you got to keep this in mind. All of the guys that own this stuff are old. You should get a list of their inheritors. Yeah, we should start lining up. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that. You can
it's
see.
got the cutaway. Yeah.
See how?
Okay, it's a 2.
I don't know which way this spins. This way or that way. I guess maybe this way.
That's the way it looks like it anyway. Shows you what I know.
I got my finger caught in there.
We don't even know if we're in forward or reverse here. This would be funny if you cut your other hand off. Look at that.
But this is how the how it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a rotary, and there's a cylinder and a cylinder, and as it would go, it would squeeze the
Yep.
fuel in, and then fire and squeeze the fuel the exhaust out.
Look at the size of the carburetor on this. It's got a carburetor like for a car in there.
Norton made them for, I think, 1 year or 2 years.
But didn't they, I think they were police bikes.
They were. Exactly, yeah. And Suzuki had a Wankel, and Yamaha made a Wankel, and
Suzuki had one for 2 years, I think. That
I don't think Kawasaki had one, but I know Yamaha had one also.
Yeah, and the problem was.
Now, as we finish up our tour, I want to thank Dale, of course. Dale gave us a great tour. And this is a wonderful, wonderful place if you have a day to spend, but you really can't see it all in a day. And before we sign off for this video, I want to thank Dale. Maybe get a picture of us all hanging in the parking lot, but we're going for some special food that's guaranteed to give you indigestion on the way home. Oh, they're nice. I heard them coming down the road.
It was quiet.
That is nice. He's got an issue with the side of the tire rubbing on the chain guard. I'm so critical, right? I'd steal this in a minute if I thought I could get away with it. Now see, if Luciano was a real man, he'd buy one. He'd stop being a baby. That's nice.
Oh my God.
What?
He doesn't have historic plates on it. Come on. No historic plates for you?
It's probably his daily driver, that's why.
You don't have to pay registration anymore.
Yeah, then they got restrictions.
If you got this bike, you don't care what the registration costs.
I got the antique insurance on it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Really? I've never seen it before. It's nice. Nice shape.
Hey, well, I just finished putting it back together.
You did the whole restoration? Yeah. It really looks nice. Wow.
What does this do? What does that do? What does this do? Why is that like that? Oh my gosh.
It's because you're not a real biker. You're a tourist like I am.
Gas and go. That's me.
This is my new safety thing so I don't lose my glasses. You put them in with the key. Oh my God. Yeah, that is sweet. Now what is the handle for? To put it up on the kickstand?
Yeah, the center stand.
Oh, I see. Okay. Cool.
So I usually start it on
This is my customization. Although I'm gonna back it off one more, Lindy.
Back it off, and if it gets better, back it off another half turn each time. Yes, it tells you what gear you're in.
Yeah. Learn how to ride that thing. Yeah. Yeah, this is my third.
Back in the days when men were men.
Yes.
And women were men. And cows were men. Boy, if only I could go back to my childhood. Wow. That is really, that's really the first one I've seen ever.
I've seen them at like a...
Just cruising around. I mean, I've seen them at shows and everything.
At shows, right. Not...
And they're all dolled up. Nobody's really riding them, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can say, I've seen them at shows, but not...
That is pretty. It was worth the ride up here just to see it. Well, and of course have the ice cream.
Yeah.
But that went down good. I ought to get another one. So there you have it. There's the high point of our ride. And it does look like it's clouding up.